Welcome back to Recovery Story. I'm your host, Eric. It is Friday, January 6th, 2023. I have not put out a video in a while, and I apologize for that. I could throw a bunch of excuses at you, but matter of fact is I've been unaccountable to this channel and a promise that I had made to myself, and that is a defect that I have. Being in recovery, I've learned to kind of sort through these defects and analyze them for what they are, and most importantly, be honest with myself. So apologize for the absence, but we're here, and today I wanted to talk about some characteristics and assets that are crucial for recovery. Everything I did for the longest time in the dark during the alcoholism and drug addiction were surrounded by lack of accountability, no desire to do anything but what I strive to do, and that was usually get one more, whatever it may have been at the time. There's some things that are just necessary for me to recover from, alcoholism, drug addiction, gambling, sex addiction, whatever it may be. Recovery is a well-rounded thing, and I believe that certain principles and certain behaviors can help to work towards anybody recovering from anything that may ail them, outside of a severe medical issue. So willingness, I have to be willing to want to change my life first and foremost. I know it's said that can't help anybody who does not want help, me included. I have to hit some type of bottom and breaking point. I have to stand at the point of no return, or at the turning point, whatever it may be called or referred to, and I have to give in to the fact that I no longer have the capability to deal with or handle what I'm facing. And that is a huge step in overcoming this disease that we call alcoholism addiction. There's so many things that have to go awry in my life before I realize that I actually honestly need and want help, and the willingness to change has to be greater than the willingness to stay the same. There is a lot of things that happened in my life throughout my active addiction that had changed the course of my life to this very day. I can't ever really pinpoint but a few certain situations that have altered my life, but I know that everything I have done, including inactive alcoholism and addiction, has brought me to this point right here today. And I'm grateful to have that experience because it has molded me into who I am today. There's a lot of causes and conditions for the reason that I would drink or get high, and so many people come from many different walks of life, and never know what somebody has been through. Some of us have terrible childhoods. Some of us were had terrible things happen to us from people who we trusted, or we were beat, or we were poor, or we were starved, or whatever the case may have been, or maybe it's a more of a mental level that we were dealt with. Maybe there was mental abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, whatever. There are roots and causes and conditions to my alcoholism and my addiction, and until I have enough willingness and strength to face these things, I'm a far cry from getting and finding the strength to get the resources I need to do what it takes to recover. It's so hard to put my thoughts into words sometimes because I'm so passionate about recovery, and it's so in depth that I feel like sometimes 6 to 8 to 10 minute videos aren't going to cover everything that I would like to say or to get through to you guys. But I need to understand that I have to want to do this thing. And recovery is not for people who need it or want it. It's for people who do it. I've been given a 12-step program that has helped me change my life, and again, like we said before, there's so many different ways to get recovery, whether it's religion or spirituality. But my experience is in a 12-step program, and it has helped me get down to the root causes and conditions, the things that make me tick, the things that cause my selfishness and self-centeredness, which most believe is the main taproot that drives the alcoholic and drug addict. It's not really a debate to me. It's just my experience and the information that I've been provided, and it has taught me the lessons that I've needed to overcome this thing periodically, 24 hours a day, one day at a time, whatever, people want to say or what phrase they care to use. It is a day-to-day living program. There are many principles that I need to practice in my life so that I can be whole and complete and try to be useful to the people around me, my family, my friends, and others in recovery. And, there's many, many ways to be of service to people in this world. And, 99.9% of recovery-based and type programs are going to require some type of giving back or spreading the message or sharing hope or, whatever it may be for that institution or program or, but I have this thing inside of me that burns to this day after years for the hope and the experience and the strength and the faith and the trust that comes from those in my life based in recovery. We fuel each other and strive to do better for one another. I get so much strength out of people in my life that are in recovery and out of recovery for that matter, or, not an alcoholic or whatever, but there exists a bond between us that is so strong. I identify with the people who have helped me so very much that, nobody thinks like I think unless they're like me, and that is an alcoholic of the hopeless variety, right? I never had a way out. I never knew that there was help. I never knew that there was hope. I had to go through some terrible, terrible misery and some very dark days in my life to come to find the judicial system, which is actually what had helped lead me to the 12-step program that I currently attend to this day. And I am so grateful for that. There's the ideals and the principles and the concepts they practice in the program that I'm in are life-changing, and I feel like people that aren't even alcoholics or drug addicts could utilize some of this in their life. It's so bonding and powerful and spiritual and strong, and it makes me have a zeal for wanting to be alive and to change my life. And but this stuff takes willingness and work. Nobody's going to hand me anything, especially recovery from this terrible disease. I am not entitled to get better. I have to learn to put in the work to get better. Because if I don't put in the work, I will never achieve anything, whether it's recovery or a raise or, bettering my financial situation or my living situation or my relationship. Everything I do in this world takes honest, elbow-greased work. It's hard labor to get inside of my mind and to rewire the things that need to be rewired, because as I've been taught, told, and proved to myself, this thing resides in here. It's not in my heart. It's not in my soul. It's in my mind. And I know for a fact to this day that my mind can and will be my worst enemy if I let it. So I do the things that I'm taught in the program that I work, and I have recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. And I just want to share these things with you guys as they come to me, and I'm able to put them out for my own documentation and to maybe hopefully share this with somebody who is hurting and feels like they can't go another day living this way. There is hope. There is recovery. People in my recovery circle loved me until I learned how to love myself. And through that, I have multiple years of sobriety today. I have an amazing life, and we'll be going on vacation this coming week from Sunday to Sunday, and I'm hoping to get a video out, maybe from the beach. That would be a pretty cool experience. So hopefully I can share some of that with you guys. And if not, I will see you on the next go around of Recovery Story. Thank you.